Well, good morning. My name is Annie Pearl, and I'm a corporate vice president here at Microsoft. And as a former product leader and chief product officer at multiple startups, I'm very passionate about helping startups and providing them with the tools and resources that they need to be successful. So very excited to be here today to talk about AI-powered startups and how Microsoft Azure is fueling the next wave of innovation. So here at Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And with the Microsoft Cloud, we're doing this in two key ways. First, we're helping unlock productivity across your entire organization with Microsoft CoPilot. And second, we're helping provide you with the tools that you need to build transformational AI applications for your customers. So we're going to talk about both of these topics today, starting off first with how we're helping unlock productivity across your entire organization with Microsoft CoPilot. And so over the last couple of years, we've been investing in this AI CoPilot stack and natively embedding a CoPilot and AI toolkit into every single one of Microsoft Cloud's solutions that are used by hundreds of millions of users every day. I'll take a minute to talk about one of those copilots that most of you are probably familiar with, GitHub CoPilot. This is an AI pair programmer that works with all the most popular programming languages to dramatically accelerate developer productivity. And since launching this a couple years ago, we're seeing pretty tremendous results. 46% of new code written by developers using GitHub CoPilot is entirely written by AI. We're seeing that 96% of developers are now faster with repetitive tasks, and 75% are reporting that they're more satisfied with their work. And that is really the power of built-in AI. It's all about giving people time back to focus on their most rewarding work. And in addition to building a CoPilot and embedding it into all of Microsoft Cloud solutions, we've also been working on our CoPilot Studio to allow you to extend and customize Microsoft CoPilot using a graphical interface or natural language. And with over 1,000 pre-built plugins and connectors, you can build your own from scratch and embed it into your website, into your application, or into Teams. So that's an overview of how we're helping to unlock productivity across your entire organization with Microsoft CoPilot. Let's switch now to how we're really helping to provide you with tools to be able to build transformational AI solutions with Azure. And so the way that we do this is we bring together our leading developer tools, so the Visual Studio family of products, GitHub, which is now used by over 100 million developers around the world, and Power Platform, one of the most widely adopted low-code platforms on the market. And we bring these developer tools and we combine them with the power of Azure and the application, data, and AI platform built within it. And we bring these two things together to allow you to build transformational AI applications for your customers. And in this ever-changing AI landscape, things are moving so fast. I think we all know it's not just enough to think about the technology. You have to think about the economics of AI and when it makes sense to use a foundational model out of the box versus when it makes sense to prompt tune versus fine tune versus build your own model. So you really need a platform that can grow with you from those early experimentation days to finding product market fit, scaling, and beyond. And so that's why we built the Microsoft Azure AI platform, intended to be a full-stop shop for all of your AI development needs, everything from low-code, no-code experimentation tools to robust APIs and SDKs when you're looking to do more customization. So we're going to spend some time now going through each layer of this stack and looking at some examples from some startups. So starting at the top, we have our Azure AI Services. These are pre-built for specific use cases, and they're intended to really get you started building quickly. So they're as easy to use as making an API call. Let's take a look at a startup, GoodCall, who's using our Azure AI Services. GoodCall is an AI-powered phone assistant targeted at small businesses. So to get started building quickly, they began using Azure AI speech recognition to be able to turn phone calls into actionable conversations using NLP, speech to text, and text to speech. And because this was as easy to use as making an API call, they were able to get the first version of their product out in less than a week. So let's hear now from Bob Summers, the CEO and founder of GoodCall.
Good Call is an AI agent for small and local businesses. Every day, small businesses get tons of phone calls, and on average, they miss 65% of those calls. What happens with Good Call is that it's able to answer those calls when the business cannot answer. I want to find out if you have something in stock. Can I get a table reservation? So that's like 80% of these repetitive calls that come in. And then beyond that, there's long tail query, which could be like, do you have a corkage fee for wine? Or do you cut hair, like curly hair? The reason we chose Microsoft Azure is we did a benchmarking against all of the other providers in the market, looking for conversational quality, latency, and reliability. Benchmark after benchmark, Microsoft just scored incredibly high. In fact, in most of those benchmarks, up to twice as fast. Microsoft was founded by coders for coders, and it's really prevalent when you work with the Azure AI stack, meaning when you go into the studio, you start selecting models, you get your API keys, you're building before you even know it. That's really exciting for my team. It provides us with efficiency and speed to build a product that is of high production quality for our customers. So my experience with Microsoft for Startups has been really wonderful. Going to the Founders Hub to find all the various resources that we might need. We've had to work with the engineering tech staff to solve like certain challenges and problems, and they've been very receptive and helpful as we work through those problems. My number one piece of advice for startup founders, I know you're an engineer, but please don't build code first. Talk to a customer. Always go through the lens of customers before you build, because otherwise you're going to build something nobody wants.
Awesome. So as you heard from Bob, customer feedback was really important to Good Call. So after getting that first version of the product out there in less than a week, they listened to customers. They saw an opportunity to make their product more personalized and more interactive. So they began using the next layer down in our stack, Azure Machine Learning, to turn these phone calls into more actionable conversations using custom GPTs, which allowed them to make these conversations more human-like. They could monitor them in real time and optimize them for performance. So just like Good Call, if you are looking to work directly with the models themselves, or you're looking to access more advanced tooling with Azure Machine Learning, you can get access to all of the specialized models within our model catalog. You can refine your prompts using tools like Prompt Flow. And with our responsible AI dashboard, you can make sure that your model is sufficiently de-risked and the outputs are sufficiently de-risked before you push your product to production and get it into the hands of users. Let's take a look now at another startup using Azure Machine Learning. This is Gretel. So Gretel enables developers to generate secure, statistically accurate replicas of sensitive data, which is ideal for safe model training. So they used Azure Machine Learning to build auto-scaling and robust access controls for data, and this allowed them to work with customer data directly using Azure's secure collaboration zones. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look into how Gretel is working with Azure. What you see here is a diagram showing the integration of synthetic data into a data pipeline using Gretel connectors and workflows with Azure. And these workflows take actions like reading from Azure, training the model, writing synthetic data to cloud storage, and they can be run either manually or on more of an ongoing, recurring basis. And this transformed data, it replaces sensitive information like phone numbers and names and addresses with synthetic values that have the same characteristics as the original data, which makes this ideal for maintaining both data utility but also data privacy. And so hopefully this diagram shows the ease of automating safe and secure synthetic data into your model, building workflows with Azure. And finally, at the bottom of our stack, we have our Azure AI Infrastructure. This is where we provide you with best-in-class open source and state-of-the-art GPT models, all with the security, reliability, and scalability that you would expect from Azure. Let's take a look at our final startup example. This is Nixa. So Nixa built TimeGen, which is the first production-ready model, a foundational model for time series on a public cloud, and it's available through our model catalog within the Azure AI Studio. It allows anyone to upload data to an endpoint in Azure and get access to forecasts almost instantly. So now any company can access this time series model and get those state-of-the-art predictive insights and detect anomalies fast and easily. And let's hear now from Max and Azul, who are the founders of Nixa, a little bit more about their journey as well.
My name is Max Mergenthaler. I'm CEO and co-founder of Nixa. Nixa means time in Aztec, one of the original languages of Mexico. That's where I was born and raised. Nixa is a time series research and deployment company. What we are doing is bringing the generative AI revolution into data.
Nixa started as an open source company. We developed a lot of different libraries, which are really efficient in terms of computational complexity, but also are really accurate.
So time series research is the systematic approach to try to predict the future, to try to quantify the uncertainty about what's going to happen next. It is used for trying to predict such diverse phenomena as ocean tides, financial markets, and supply chain optimization.
We use a lot of different technologies in the Azure and Microsoft ecosystem. In particular, we need to deploy our model to be accessible for other people. So we used Azure ML to host the model, and in that way, any person can just upload their data, and then you can have the forecast almost immediately.
Microsoft for Startups has helped us a lot. It has opened doors, but we have also had a great support regarding the technological needs that we have as a startup. We firmly believe that Microsoft's strategy regarding artificial intelligence is highly structured and solid.
All right, so that was an overview of the Azure AI platform. Just to quickly recap, at the top, we talked about our Azure AI Services. These are really intended to help you to get started building quickly. They're as easy to use as making an API call, so you can get the first version of your product out to customers as quickly as possible. Next, we talked about Azure Machine Learning. So when you're ready to work directly with the models themselves, or you want access to more advanced tooling, that's where we offer Azure Machine Learning. And lastly, at the bottom, with our Azure AI Infrastructure, this is where we give you access to state-of-the-art GPT and open source models with the security, reliability, and scalability that you would expect from Azure. And for those of you in the audience who are founders or aspiring to be founders, you might be wondering, what's the best place to start? And that would be, encourage you to start with Microsoft Founders Hub. For those who aren't familiar, this is open to anyone with an idea. We give up to $150,000 worth of Azure credits, as well as free access to all the latest generative AI models. We also offer lots of discounted free licenses on partner tools like LinkedIn and Bubble, OpenAI, and then we have unlimited one-on-one technical guidance and support, as well as an expert network to help get all of your technical and business questions answered. Over the past year, we have seen over 15,000 AI startups join Founders Hub and began building on Azure, and so we would love for you to join as well. So your learning journey doesn't have to stop here. For those of you who are interested in exploring any of the concepts that we touched on in more detail, you can go to learn.microsoft.com and access thousands of training modules and different learning paths and different learning resources to continue to upskill around AI and the Azure AI platform. For those of you who are just ready to start building, on the left you can see azure.ai.com, or you can use the QR code. And on the right, for those of you who are interested in Founders Hub and the benefits that I just talked about, you can go to Microsoft for Startups, or you can use the QR code on the right. And we can't wait to see what you all join and build with us. Thank you so much.